wanted to talk about art and healing today. What I'm going to personally work on this week is a dream that I had. I wanted to show you some things I've done in the past before I go on to the bigger project. When I first began, I didn't think I was an artist. I struggled with drawing, painting, anything really, because we have those voices in our heads. We weren't trained, so therefore we're not an artist. That's really a lot of garbage. So when I first started, I started with chalk pastel because it felt safe to me, because if I didn't like something, it was very smudgy and I could make it very smudgy. So this is the first drawing that I did with chalk pastel, and this gave me a lot of freedom. The second one I had done was a dream that I had where this giant tree was sitting on top of a hill and the sun was shining through the back of it. And what I used here was colored pencils at this time. Some of the other things that I did when I didn't think that I was an artist and I was struggling, but I wanted to capture my dreams, I started using collage. This is nighttime Stacy in her PJs. I'm getting ready to put out a video, and I realized I didn't cover some things I really wanted to cover. Some key things that you want to do when we're talking about dreams and using dreams as the stepping off point for you to make an art piece. One, you should write down the key elements that were important to capture in your dream. So anything that stood out to you. It could be you riding a bike, it could be you're going down a road or you're going up a road, whatever those key elements of the dream were. I once had a dream where the frying pan was flipping in the air at my grandmother's house. And so the key elements were the flipping, the fry pan, and my grandmother's house. And I was in it because I was watching this happen. Decide what medium you want to use. There are several mediums. I'm going to use paint today. You can use anything you want to recreate your dreams. You could paint, draw, doodle, collage, etc. Collage is a fun one because you can go pick out some of the elements out of magazines if you have access to enough magazines. I have one here. For instance, I had this dream about this leopard and I cut that out of a magazine, and this kind of looked like a dreamy background to me. That's a good one to use. Release the need to capture the dream exactly as you saw it. I'm going to tell you it's a near impossibility to recreate the dream exactly. And it's almost better if you don't try to recreate it, because it opens up your subconscious for the freedom of expression. And you might find something else out about the importance of the dream by just letting it happen the way it happened. So it might look nothing like your dream, but it's a representation for you, a memory for you to look back on that you'll remember the dream. It doesn't have to be perfect, and it's hard to make it imperfect. So just release that and work on what you can work on to make it remind you of your dream. Another one is never ask anyone to interpret your dream for you. That's so important because our dreams have meaning to us in a different way. What might mean something scary to somebody else might mean nothing to you, or it might mean a good thing to you. Resist the need to ask others. If you want to ask anything at all, you could say something like, when you're finished with your piece, what do you see in this piece? What do you like in this piece? And I would only do it with a close friend, but don't ask anybody else to interpret it for you, because you know best. And if you need help working on that, I can help you with that. Just ask. But you need to find those meanings for yourself, so know that. Also, know, this is very important, there is nothing bad in any dream. Even though you might think there's something bad, bad dreams are just a way to get our attention. So it's just our subconscious saying, I want you to remember this. This is an important dream. So it may seem scary at first, but as you sit with the dream, you may find out it's really not all that scary. It really just wanted to capture your attention and to let you know that this is something that you need to work on, work with, be aware of, any of those things. Those are my 5 big things. I'm going to start out with some water-soluble Stabilo oil pencils. These happen to be some of my favorite pencils. I'm going to use these as the background, so the background drawing, and then I'm going to use paint to best depict what happened in my dream. Mine was about a sky, and it was a very moving type sky. If you have things you want to heal, if you're not feeling well, I have autoimmune disease, so I happen to be in a season of autoimmunity right now. Things are flaring, and I'm just trying to keep my mind busy and active so I don't focus on whatever else may be happening. So I have a bunch of Caran d'Ache water-soluble 2 crayons. I brought my Poscas. I'll show you. Kind of similar colors. And I do have some Amsterdam acrylics, some little ones in very similar colors and tones.